Some of us are realizing that it's a little bit hard to match our foundation color because we're not our winter shade. We're not yet our summer shade. So what are you going to do? We're going to mix them together. And I'm going to show you a really great, inexpensive way so you can have a nice palette to mix and match. Mixing foundations is actually pretty easy to do. All you gotta do is have two cream, gel, or liquid foundations. One of them is probably your winter color and the other is probably your summer color. If you're like me and kind of in between, what are you gonna do? Well, you're gonna blend them together to create the perfect skin tone. As you can see, I have all these little frippity kukas all around and I just can't be having that. So essentially what you'll need is a flat surface to work on. Some people like using the back of their hands. Some people have gone to places like Michael's or Hobby Lobby and have gotten palettes. I used to have one. I don't know what happened to mine. Oh well. So this is what I find works really, really well. A blank CD. Because so many of us have them because we're burning CDs left and right, and missing one isn't going to be that big of a deal, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is back up a little bit. Maybe I should see if I'm zoomed out. No? Okay. I'm just real close to the cam. And in case you're all wondering, in case you think that our skin tones match or whatever, what have you, I'm an NC42 mixed with an NC44, so really I'd be an NC43 if they had that in this specific foundation. This is MAC Studio Sculpt. I like this a lot because I have more combination skin on the dry side. The only place I ever really get oily is my nose. Never really my forehead, just my nose. So I like this because it gives me the coverage that I want. It is more of like a medium buildable to full coverage foundation, which I love and feel like I need. And I'm actually going to use the new MAC 130 brush. This came out with the new Mineralize foundation that they created. I love it, but I love it with Sculpt too. It's a little dirty because I used this for Sculpt earlier. So anyway, I just squirted 42 and 44 on this CD. And all I'm gonna do now is just kind of mix it up. That's why it's really hard to do this with the powder. I mean, with the powder, you could really just concentrate the darker part or the darker foundation color on the outer, oh my gosh, the outer portions of your face and the lighter color on the inner part of your face. Why can I not talk to you guys today? See, it's been too long. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, see, and I know it looks like, I don't know why, on my camera, my face looks really, really red. But I have a lot more yellow undertones than red, so I don't know what that's all about. Trust me, I've been doing this for quite some time since I'm still in between, so it'll all blend out and look really pretty, even though right now it looks like, Matthew, that is so not gonna match. Anyway, so the cool thing about this is that you have all this space to kind of just get off excess foundation. This is a great tool for concealers too, and loose pigments, gel, eyeliners, anything like that that you need to have room to kind of just slide it around. I find that sometimes when you move the product around on a surface, it makes it a lot easier to work with than it is just right out of the case. I know that's certainly true, at least in my opinion, for paint pots. Like, I love my paint pots, but if you just take just a little bit out and put it on a flat surface, you can kind of just like mold it like clay. It works real well. Okay, so let me move my hair. And since I'm a big burly man, I like to bring my foundation down on my neck just a little bit, even though I'm wearing white. Shocking, I know. I don't feel like this particular foundation rubs off very easily. So if you have more of a normal to dry skin type or even combination, and you want something that's a little bit more medium to full coverage, but you don't want the Studio Fix Fluid or the Studio Tech, both from MAC, this is where you need to go. And I use this foundation a lot with the 190 brush, which is this one right here. It's really nice because you can just like slide it on. It's almost like a paintbrush. Your face is your canvas. I actually never really used that brush with this foundation until I was using the 187, as you can see has been used. And I realized it just wasn't looking as nice as I wanted it to. And two friends of mine actually told me use the 180 or use the 190 brush with it, because you'll find that it helps it stay on your face and build up that coverage a lot better. And see all the little frippity cuckoos, or whatever I called them earlier, like I can just go back over them nicely. I cannot say enough good things about this brush. The 130 brush is the shiz. So now what I do is I put powder on top of this, because I still want to have more of, I personally want more of a velvety matte finish, and I find that it works out really well for me to just put a little powder on tops. What I am going to use is the Mineralize Loose Foundation Powder by MAC. You can also put this on the CD if you would like. It comes with the sponge, and it's designed to work with the sponge if you want more coverage. I like to just have a little bit, and this color is medium deep. Doesn't mean that that's gonna be your color. And I'm actually taking the 138 brush, which is this brush right here. And I like to start from the outer portions, and I just like to bring it forward. It's like what I was saying about powders. Like if your powder is a little bit darker than the rest of your face, and your face is lighter on the inner portion, well, having all that darkness there is going to make it look like it's not the right skin tone, even if it were to blend in really well with your neck. So just start on the parts where the sun would naturally hit your skin if you were outside, and that's usually the outer corners. Jawline, hairline, where you would contour, all that stuff. Okay. The one thing about loose powder, and I didn't think about that because I didn't know that I was going to use it until just now, was you gotta be careful if you're wearing whites. Like me. Looks like I'm wearing an undershirt. I'm definitely not. It's an express shirt. But it makes me look really tan, and I love it. But yeah, essentially, I just spent over 7 minutes explaining to you how to blend your foundations. But it's really easy to mix them. Like I said, any kind of loose powders, creams, gels, liquids, just using a blank CD or another flat surface aside from your hand so that you're not like getting it all over the place works really well. And then I just take a little bit of alcohol to clean this. Hold on, let me get out of frame. I'm so excited. I'm really organized right now, and I'm actually going to give you guys an updated Matthews Collection video. I know you're excited. Okay, so I just have a little bit of 70% rubbing alcohol, and I've got my CD, and I'm just going to wipe around it because we're not going to be using the CD to burn anything, so it doesn't really matter what you put on it. And I just spend a little time cleaning that up, and then I'm good to go. Sorry, making sure I blend it okay. There's nothing worse than when I like start editing this or editing any videos, and I realize that like something is not blended, or it looks a little like dotted and jaggy, and I'm like, oh, how did I not catch that? Oops. Okay, but see, you just start cleaning it up, dry it off, set it aside, and there you go. And then you've still got enough paper towel to clean the rest of your brushes, which is probably what I need to do now. So that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this and learned something new. And if you guys have any inexpensive ways to have a palette at your disposal other than blank CDs, post it. Post a comment, post a video, whatever, what have you. Make your choices. Bye, girl. Bye.